Thank you so much for joining me this morning. All right, I'm going to start with no particular order of love and preference, but it's going to be Karan Johar. Is that okay? Obviously, love and preference. Karan, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start straight off with you. You're known as the maker of love stories. But मैंने आप ही से सीखा है कि प्यार जो होता है वो एक ही बार होता है. But ऐसे हो सकता है, it's not just love between two people, it's also love for your country. And with Sher Shah last time around, you showed us what love for your country could mean. So, giving that context, can I ask you what made you take on Ae Watan Mere Watan?
Um, Firstly, good afternoon and thank you so much for being here. IFFI, its 54th year, is a majestic and absolutely magnificent festival that truly has grown from strength to strength. And each and every time I've been here, I felt the infectious energy of just pure love for cinema, and that continues. So thank you for all you cinephiles, members of the media, and everyone who's shown up today. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. To answer your question, it was very simple. It's always instinct-based. Whenever a piece of story, a synopsis, a content, or a screenplay comes my way, and then it matches the passion of the filmmaker and writer. The story of Ae Watan Mere Watan is just so inspiring, and I could see the passion in Karn's eyes and Tarab's eyes, who wrote the film along with Karan. And it was an absolutely no-brainer for all of us, for Apurva, me, and all of us at Team Dharmatic, that we needed the story to be told. Like you mentioned, Shesha, which was also such a brave story of a brave soldier, Captain Vikram Batra. We have tried at our end to tell some very, very, very true stories or inspired by true events, those narratives that have spoken volumes about our love for our country, whether it's been Ghazi attack or Razi, Gunjan Saxena, Sher Shah, and now Ae Watan Mere Watan and Kesari. I mean, these are all stories that have been helmed by us at Dharma Productions. And to have a collaborator in the form of Prime Video, Amazon, and someone who I have so much respect for, Aparna, who truly understands what a great story is. And when the story came to both Somen Mishra, who's the head of product development, and me, and Somen brought it to me, and Somen is a powerhouse for us in our company. And he really was so passionate. I met Kanan, and I felt like if there was one film Kanan wanted to make, and I'm saying this on his behest, and it would be his last. Hypothetically, it would be Ae Watan Mere Watan, and I knew that Sara Ali Khan has such untapped potential. You know, she's an unsung hero herself, working relentlessly from the time she's been in the industry, from her first year. Coming right out of Columbia and then getting into the thick of the industry, resonated with this girl who actually was fresh out of college and then went on to become a freedom fighter. As an actor or as a freedom fighter, eventually you are fighting circumstances, obstacles, and so much more. And I thought that the role really resonated with Sara, the person she is, the love for the country that she has within her heart, and also her ability to transform into a character with the work she can put in. And that Kanan sir will tell you that the work that she has put into this part is Kabil Tarif. So I have to say that we are very excited to be here for the world, and the world is here at this festival to actually just see a very tiny bit, a launch perhaps, of our film that will be out early next year. And I can proudly say it is one of our proudest films, made under the baton of Dharma Productions and Conflict Entertainment. When I saw the film, I was moved to tears, and every time I feel the thump of patriotism, it always takes me back to music, like the music of India. This time when I saw Ae Watan Mere Watan, it took me back to the title song of Razi, which was written so stunningly by Gulzar Saab. Abad rahe tu, main jahan rahu, jahan mein yaad rahe tu. And I feel like this girl's story is all about her passion for her country, that she was willing to give up everything for it. I can't wait for the world to see the film. I can't wait for Amazon Prime to give us a date. And I can't wait for it to eventually be viewed, because this one is special.
I can't wait for heroes in saris. Thank you, Karan, for all those women who've been part of our freedom movement and receive acknowledgement this way. Thank you so much. So much to talk about. Oh my God, who do I pick? Okay, so Sara, now, okay, you're right there. That's why. Otherwise, I'll be accused of playing favorites, right? But you look lovely. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Absolute sunshine. Let's take a moment about this. This is your streaming debut. How does that make you feel?
I don't know for sure if that's true.
Hey, come on.
But it's definitely a film that I'm very, very excited for. And I just, we were talking, Karan, so firstly, again, hello, namaste, everybody. Thank you for having us. Um, I just want to say that Karan sir said it very beautifully that I think this is a story that deserves to be told. And the other day, Karan sir and me were sitting and talking about the film, once we'd finished shooting it. And I think he very aptly put it that there are so many freedom fighters that haven't been given their due. And when we say due, we don't mean fame. We mean their ability to inspire generations, to lead the country, to lead themselves, to fight against any kind of upheaval. There's just so much history that our country has to offer. I've said this yesterday and I'll say it again. I'm a history student, but I still don't think I can name you more than 25 freedom fighters on a good day. And there are many, many, many more. And the story of sacrifice takes very many forms. There's the bravery and the strength that we can visualize, and you think of Bhagat Singh. But there's also so many unsung heroes, sacrifices that take the form of just personal strength. Valor that's not necessarily physical, but so much mental fortitude required on a daily, consistent basis to fight for what you truly love. And when we talk about love, we have a kawali also in the film. And somebody asked me a very interesting question that usually kawalis are, used as the declaration of love. And how is it different in your film? I said, it's not. This is the epitome of love. देश प्रेमी से बढ़कर क्या प्यार होता है कुछ ही नहीं होता एंड आई थिंक ये फिल्म वो दर्शाने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि ये जो आज़ादी की लड़ाई होती है अलग अलग रंगों में देखी जाती है देयर आर मेनी फॉर्म्स ऑफ इट एंड आई थिंक दैट थ्रू दिस फिल्म वी आर अटेम्प्टिंग टू शोकेस जस्ट दैट
Amazing, thank you. I'll come back to you in just a little bit. A round of applause, please. I think passion deserves praise. Thank you. Kanan sir, मैं आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहूँगी. Let's get it out of the way right away. All right. Is she playing Usha Ben Mehta?
Sara is playing a character inspired by Usha Bin. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me repeat it. So Sara is playing a character inspired by a real life heroine, Usha Bin Mehta. When I say inspired by, what I mean is we have remained true to the essence of actual events that took place around the Quit India movement of 1942, a clandestine radio which was started by young, brave freedom fighters, the main freedom fighter being Usha Ben Mehta. But having said that, we have taken a lot of creative liberties in order to make the story much more engaging for the audience. And that's why I would say what is true is yes, it's inspired, her character is inspired by Usha Ben Mehta, but it is not based on Usha Ben Mehta.
Thank you. That language clarification is important, and I'm sure that we will take that cue from you, Kanan sir, for the rest of this conversation. Aparna, from everybody on this panel, I can actually call you in case I need a safety pin. So let's just say that we know each other a little more. But it's been a very busy year for Prime Video. You've delivered blockbuster after blockbuster, and please, I'm just a Prime Video fan. Can you give them a huge round of applause? Thank you. I mean, मेरी आंखें ले लो. Just give me specs. And audiences not just in India, all across the world. But you've been, I remember we were at IFFI 2 years ago and you said, this is my aim, bro. I want to take these really rooted and local stories to the world. And how beautifully you've done that in the last 2 years. So do you want to, in that context, answer my question, which is, what can we expect from Evatan Mevatan?
Thank you. Thank you for pointing out what a blockbuster year we've had. Starting from Farzi this year and having shows like Made in Heaven season 2 and Jubilee. We had The Heart. We had some beautiful docu-series like...
Just a second. Jubilee, cheers. Yeah. Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Cinema Marte Dam Tak, Dancing on the Grave. It's been a great year. It's also very, very satisfying to know that there is a voracious appetite for all kinds of stories, really authentic, rooted stories. I'm really excited to present Vatan Mere Vatan. I distinctly remember when the story was pitched to us. It was a cold conference room, 4 or 5 people sitting, and the passion with which the story was narrated by the writer, and Kanan sir was there. We were moved. We were moved to tears, and if a story can have that impact in a cold conference room, that just shows the power of the story. I truly believe this is a story, like both Karan and Sara were saying, it's a story that must be told, that has to be told. The freedom that we enjoy today, the independence that we take for granted, there are hundreds and thousands of people who've laid their lives to get us this. So many silent warriors, unsung heroes who've got lost in the annals of history must be celebrated and talked about. This story is also about the ingenuity of youth. It talks about the power of communication and how that can mobilize the masses, for a cause. So that's the power of communication. And really, at a tender age of 19, when most people think about their careers and their lives and their dreams, it's a story about these bunch of people led by Usha who are willing to give up their lives, and they're standing up against the mighty British because they believe in a vision of India. It's a beautiful story. I'm really proud of the fact that Dharma Productions collaborated with us, and what an incredibly collaborative journey this has been. So thank you.
We're going to talk about that collaboration in just a little bit. Yes, a round of applause. Thank you. I'm going to take this to Apurva. Hi, Apurva. Sorry, you're sitting slightly far away from me. Can you take us through the making of this? Because let me tell you one thing. I've always known Prime Video to tell me that it doesn't matter where you're watching it, you're going to feel that scale. So how do you make sure that a larger-than-life thriller drama, which is inspired by true events, is created with top-notch cinematic skill?
So, good afternoon, everyone. Wonderful to see all of you here. It is very critical to remember that when you're making a period film or a historical film, as this is in a sense, you are true to that form and time that the film is being made in. So, we have to be so careful that we are collectively representing the art form, the costume.